made it work, guys. We had a countdown-ish thing. Yeah, we're working on an intro. Thank you, Caroline, for all of your help and guidance in teaching me how to do this. You are amazing. Speaking of Caroline, I wanted to mention that, is that today? I got to double check this calendar. We're working on our managing it, right? We got to manage it before we can make it. And yeah, that's this Friday. I got to get ready. I have a sale with Caroline at 8:30 Pacific time this Friday, May 3rd, on her channel, Yunstar Girl. So make sure you swing by. And also a little preview. Well, no, okay, not a preview. A heads up. Caroline and I will also be doing a craft supply sale on Monday the 13th. So I will be popping in at 9 o'clock to do, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to sell at that sale. Wow, too many S's for me on my phony teeth. So I'll show you what I'm going to sell, and then we will start the sale at 9:30 on her channel. So I'll give you a little preview, and then we'll go over and sell it. It'll all be up for sale. So that will be the 13th, May the 13th at 9:30 in the morning. The sale on Caroline's channel again. So this Friday, I will be selling with her at 8:30. My time, when I list times, I'm talking Pacific. All right. So keep that in mind whenever I'm talking time zone times. And then on Monday the 13th will be a craft supply sale. And I'll keep you updated if I hope to have any sales in between. But yeah, that's the latter half of this week. And I don't seem to have anything to do on Wednesday or Thursday. But it is the last of the month. And I know that after today, I only have a couple more days to get those Saks challenges in, and I really want to do that. On that note, I just looked at my Big April calendar, and I don't have it transferred over that this morning, after us, of course, from 11 to 1, we have a company called Metal Masters out here, and they are the ones who take care of our heating and air conditioning needs. They're a spectacular company. If anybody asked me who I had to recommend in my valley for these services, it would be them. My family has used them for multiple years, and they are spectacular. And the guys are coming out to change my filters in my system. Good morning, Leanne. It is so good to see you. I have noticed you out and about on the internet and making things and selling things, and oh, it's just so awesome. Everything that people are doing these days has just been wonderful. All of the things I see shared and created and just amazing. So I've managed to, I have managed to manage my week almost. One other thing I have to do, need to write it on the list, and that is refill some prescriptions. Refill and pick up. My eyes got bright because I also remembered I need milk. And milk. Okay. Prescriptions and milk. All right. That's not a big list for my day. Except for I want to do some crafting and get some things, trying to take some pictures and post, and yeah, like to get back to doing stuff like that. I haven't done that in a while, so I gotta get back. So some of the recent things I've been doing, I have been making complete messes and feeling like I'm wasting a lot of stuff. So not that long ago, I ordered, this is, I believe, the Tim Holtz. Oh, yes. So this is the Tim Holtz Splat Box. And you see the little SAC? Anytime you see that on a product that I show, that means I got that from Spectrum Art Creations. People ask me, and sometimes I forget. So I'm doing my best to start marking everything. With an SAC or a GW for Goodwill, or a general thrift store is just like a TS or a TH for thrift. Yard sales and garage sales get a, you know, the YS or the GS, whichever I feel in the mood to mark. So anyway, recently I've been making some stuff and I've been getting really messy. And I feel like I'm wasting product. So I'm going to try this one. Now, this is a portable. This is technically a portable splat box because you see it came flat and you had to put it together. I got it for two reasons. One, the technical portability, but we all know how cardboard gets. You break it down too often, it's just going to fall apart on you. But the other thing was I couldn't figure out the angles. And I have a couple of boxes that I wanted to cut into splat boxes. But I couldn't figure out this angle that they cut, how they took like a regular box. And I'm like, okay, so now I know you've got to make a flat cut in, then you go diagonally. For all the tea in China, I would have never figured this out without having an example. I'm a very visual, tactile learner, and if I could put it in my hand and figure it out, I'm much happier. I like ordering things online, but there are times I don't read descriptions really well. And so it's just better for me to be able to say, oh, that's what this is. So I have this today because I have to slow down. My mind is running so fast. I have so much information. I just want to blurt out all at once. Maybe I shouldn't have a sip of coffee. Let's go with a sip of soda. Bubbles are good. Okay, I'm having problems with my fingers being sensitive. I've got to clean them up. This is my dolphin opener. So I tend to just turn it like this for flipping the tab. That works so nicely. And he's so pretty. I don't do a lot of dolphins, but the ones I got, the ones that I have, I really enjoy. Okay. Someone asked me if I do ATCs, and I do. So when I'm done here today, I thought I was able to get one of my packages done, but evidently I have the wrong size box, I've just learned. So I'm not thrilled about that. I've got to repack it. And I have been putting together a bag also for another customer. So I'm getting a couple of things like that ready. So today I want to do, after I get, those are things for after here. Well, and I got to make space for the guy to get in there because, well, I don't have the best spaces available. Okay, so I have ATCs and I have that birthday card I'm still trying to work on. But you saw I did the handle. I figured that out. I'm like in love. I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to get out a card base, her card base. I remember those days. I do miss my cats. I really do. But in my situation, it's still the best for me not to have pets. So I love everyone else's pets. I know all the animals in my neighborhood, and I go see my friends, my friend Balder and Frigg. I love those two. Those are my two puppies. My mother, when she comes to visit, her new dog Patches is really sweet, and I don't mind spending time with her. She's a lovely dog. Um, and then the cats, the neighborhood cats that belong to the people, I know their names. They love me. But personally, not being able to have pets, my new line is I can't have pets, so I have plants. Yes, they are. So I tried something with the gilding stuff, the foils that I have that I thought were just cheap foil or whatever, and I guess they're just offcuts of stuff. And I don't know if they're actually gold or if it's just some sort of foily whatever, but I use my Nuvo glue. This one specifically because it gives it enough time that you can put it on there because it's kind of a liquid tackier glue. It's an adhesive that just stays a little wetter a little longer. And I just started laying down almost all the colors I had. I thought I got silver in here, but evidently it didn't stick. But I took one of the ATCs and I had fun. I don't remember if I have green foil. If I don't, I've got to find some. And these foils, I think I got off of Amazon or eBay ages ago when I first started playing with UV resin. And I really never took the UV resin thing very far. And so the foils have just sat in a container waiting for me to discover their purpose. I have discovered their purpose. I'm going to glue it on everything. Everything's going to sparkle. And then I discovered, I learned how to use a new product. And I'm wondering what they'll do to ATCs. So I discovered a new product, or I didn't discover it. Saks. Spectrum Art Creations brought a new product. And this is the product and the whole system. It's Dylusions Diamond Rocks. And this is the clear. And this is Diamond Rocks. And this is like ultra thick embossing powder for creating layered effects. Now this one isn't layered. This is just a basic stamp. I stamped this onto, I stamped it onto this Hexadon card. And then this is after like 3 layers. It turns it into almost like a tile. It's glossy. It's got this thick layer of plastic across it, clear plastic. And I could, within the layers of these plastics, build up other effects. And some of the other parts of the product it comes with will do things. This, wow, that one cracked hardcore. Oh, that's because I tried to redo it. Okay, so sometimes the plastic cracks. And this one, everything's underneath. Oh, trust me, I'm the same. I am absolutely the same. And then this one, there's a layer on the bottom, and then the green is within a different layer. So it's hard to really see. Let me try and hold still. Holding still is my problem today. It's not going to focus on that as well as I would like. Oh, there we go. That green is in a totally separate layer than the bottom. And you can even layer in other pieces of like tissue paper or napkin, rice paper. You can layer in metal pieces, like thin little metal embellishments. It was a very, very enlightening class that I took. And I really love this product. So I want to try it on like a regular ATC with glossy paper. I'm going to try it on an ATC with rice paper that I've decoupaged. I want to try it over that foil. I want to try putting layers of the foils into different things. So I am hoping, I'm under the impression that it can be used on things other than the cards that are designed. I think they were just designed to go with it because the stamps are also a hexagon. I highly recommend joining on YouTube the Spectrum Art Creations, at least paying $10 a month to do their join their little family. You will get lots of, even if you don't buy things at the sales, there are classes that you can learn so much. And even if you're not buying the classes or the materials for the class, being an Academy member means you can watch all of the classes and have access to them forever because she posts them within the Academy member system. And you, as a member with her YouTube thing, you get all of it. It's kind of awesome. So even if you don't do this class was a special thing while my other half's out of town. I don't get everything else I do with their classes, and I follow along now. I have to already have the supplies and just watch and learn a new technique and then try to apply it to the materials I already have. Hey, Danielle, it's so good to see you. So that's what I've kind of been learning. And as much as I really want to do this today, I need to work on that card first. So, and that requires foil. So when I was doing the foil, there's a lot of brushing off of the excess, and it was getting everywhere. And so I'm hoping that this will help contain it. So first things first, I have in this bag, and if you guys ever need to organize your stuff and you're running through and you happen to see something wherever you are, and it says Totally Tiffany, buy it, get it. Totally Tiffany is a paper organizational system that is just amazing. This actually comes with a carrying bag. The purple set you see here, the purple stuff, this is a tabletop organization that you can then stick in its own bag and take with you. So yeah, and it holds 12 by 12 paper. So if you guys ever run across anything that is called Totally Tiffany, They have bags with plastic slots in them so you can organize things like washi paper or oh gosh, washi everything, anything. You can use it to hold pens. These are totally Tiffany pin bags. Or whatever you need them to hold. For me, this one holds extra mechanical pencils and other oddities that I write with. I have another one that holds all my watercolor pencil stuff. It may not fit anymore. And then another one that I have like alcohol markers in because I don't use them very often, but sometimes they come in a kit. Really, Leanne, you should check out Saks. Okay, so there's some great things about them. First of all, they are called Spectrum Art Creations because their daughter, who owns the business, is on the autism spectrum, and they're teaching her life skills, and she is really into, oh my gosh, that girl can match colors like nobody's business. So Madison is amazing. Maddie runs, she's the hands you see in the sales and the classes. And Bernie is her husband, and he kind of runs the warehouse. And then Michael, their son, runs, and of course Madison's their daughter. And Michael helps them on Saturdays with all of the sales, because every Saturday from so you're with me on the West Coast still, Ian, right? So it's 1 o'clock our time every Saturday. They do a live sale where they sell you products and do demonstrations. The big deal about the sales is, you go to Michael's and you want to buy a pad of paper, but all you can kind of see is the outside and you can just barely flip through stuff. They open it up. You see every product. She divides things down to make sure everybody gets some. Oh yeah, West Coast for life. I know. And there's talk of me going to Florida. The only good thing about going down there is that's where they run their business out of. And so they have access to a lot of products. They are licensed distributors for many companies, especially ones that are overseas. So this is stuff you might find in a specialty paper crafting store or crafting store, but you're not going to buy these in the big box stores. You get better deals on a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know. It is such an F word. It really is. It really, really is. But you get some really good deals from them. This class I took from them, she took it from, I think, the creator. And this was an Art by Marlene class and a Delusions. So I'm not sure who she took it through, but for her to take the class and get the product, or for her to take, normally when you go in and you take a class, they give you the product to demo with, and then you have to go out and buy it, plus pay for the class. I paid for the class. I got all the products that I would need. And I mean, I took the class. Do you see my container still almost full? I get to keep it all and use it for however I like. It's not like you pay $65 to sit there, make one, take it home with you, leave the product behind. No, you get the product, you get extra, she taught us 10 or 12 different ways to use this product and the stuff that it comes with. And I still have enough that I don't think I will have to. I may have to buy some of this again in a year or so, because I think that, or 6 months, because I really think I'm going to use this a lot, the clear. But the colors, I don't think I'll go through. I mean, they require so little to do what you're doing that the leftovers amazing. Also, you get the opportunity to buy things that others won't. So the bags, the Totally Tiffany didn't come from them, although they do sell, or they used to sell, that station. I found my station somewhere else, but they, for a while, were selling or have sold in the past Totally Tiffany products. So this has like this plastic to give it form. And then these are, most of these I got from Spectrum, and these came from, let's see, that's that set. That's what I'm looking for. These came from Hunky Dory. And Hunky Dory, if I'm not mistaken, is a British company. And these are teacup cards. So I don't know if you guys have noticed on my other shows, but I have been kind of experimenting on this teacup card that I'm trying to make for my friend's birthday, which was April 1st. But she does this I celebrate all month long thing. So I like to do different surprises for her in the month. So I've got to get this done, by tomorrow. So we know how beautifully. So that Hunky Dory bag I showed you, I keep all of my cards in. So I have, I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual designer. I'm a visual, all-around visual person. So I went ahead and so not only do you get pre-made cards and stuff, which I have some in there in different colors. I got like some black paper and stuff with matching stuff. But I made myself, these are all, this is a description. So this is an A9 card. It's 5 1/4 inches to the bend. And then it's 11 all the way. And then it's 8 1/2. And it shows me my my measurements again visually, X's and designs. So, and I've done that for all the cards, so that if for some reason someone says I need this kind of card or I need this size, I know exactly what to go to. So those are my examples, and I keep notes on them. But I want to put the gold leaf on the handle. Now, I forgot when I was working with the other one, I had already punched out this little handle piece. And I'm thinking that by leaving that in, it's going to make it easier to attach the gold leaf and do the dusting off of the excess and keeping my edges sharp. Sorry, I'm looking for something. Ah, right here. No. Ah, right here. So the other thing I experimented with is I wanted to see how another color would look, which is really kind of awesome. I do want to do the gold though. And the other thing I tried was if I set the card up, you can kind of see that you can see the inside. And I decided that I should do the inside. I know that one's in silver. Just to see if it made a difference, if you can see the backside of it. And you really can. So I'm going to do the outside of both and the inside on both sides of, so 4 sides of a teacup handle done in gold. So that's what I'm up to. And that's what we're going to try and complete first. And then I might bring the diamond dust out. So the other thing about the diamond dust that I noticed, I love it, but the heat gun I have blows it too much, blows it around. So let's get you lowered down and tilted down so that you can see what we're doing on the table. See if this works. Oh, hey, I got to retighten that. So I have, ooh, that just doesn't look right, does it? Let's work on that. Oh, that kind of tilt might help. So if I tilt it that way, sorry, not trying to make you dizzy, guys. Smooth motions with the camera. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do either. There. Okay. I think that's a little better. The thing I noticed with the dilutions is that my heat gun, even on low, from way up high, before it can get anything happening, no problem. So before any heating could happen, I was blowing my product all over the place. I was so discouraged when I ended up sweeping the floor, and I tried to move because I go barefoot. I have linoleum floors throughout the entire house. I helped my grandmother strip the carpets out not long after I moved in. There were old carpets, her allergies were bad. She wanted to be able to just sweep and mop her entire floor. So we did that. And so every time I would step, it would be, I could feel the grit under my feet. And that bugged me. That bugged me hardcore. So I moved everything around as best as I could, and I swept, and I was so upset. So I ended up thinking the first thing I needed to do was get my splat board out, or my splat box. And of course, that's always a good decision. Second thing was I needed to try something different. And I recently got a Ranger melting pot. Now, it's an older product, but mine had never been opened. So okay, this is crazy. I can't get the leaf to come off of the brush that I use. This is a makeup brush. I picked it up, I don't even know where, a garage sale for $1. It was brand new. I picked up like 4 of them or 3 of them. So I still have one that I use for, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was gold foil flaking off, or foil flaking off. But I thought that its softness and its firmness, it's soft and yet firm, would be really good for this application, for using with foil. And then I picked a couple of these up at like a dollar store or somewhere for nothing. And I was using it for something else, but I don't need it for what I was using it for. Thank you. I picked this up at a thrift store. I don't shop at regular stores anymore except for socks and underwear. And so I thought I would try using these brushes. And I don't know where the big one is. And so I liked the idea of the angled, and I think I'm going to take this one out and try it too. Trying to get these brushes out. And this one has a nice handle to it. So I know they're supposed to be used for makeup, but I never really learned how to do makeup, so I kind of don't. I don't even do a base. I tried selling for Avon and doing some of the Avon like night routines and eye creams, but I can't keep a routine. Yeah. So my friend has a bigger melting pot. I can't remember what the brand was, but it's like green and it's absolutely amazing. It's nothing like this. This is totally different. This is a Ranger melting pot. Like I said, it's an older product. I got it brand new. Very happy about the temperature control. If I find the right piece, you can actually melt chocolate in it, but there's an insert that you go over this that's a food safe insert, which, yeah. I've been trying to watch videos on how to use this because I've never used anything like this before. And what I'm hoping is that I don't know if I'm going to need like a little heat-proof mat to go here or something. Oh, you had this one. Oh, freak. You and I got to get together, lady. We got to have some conversations. But what I'm hoping is that, say I'm using one of these tiles, is that I can sprinkle the diamond, because it sticks on with embossing powder. It sticks on with embossing powder. So you use embossing inks. Use clear embossing to put your image on or to cover it, the first layer. And then you sprinkle this on it. It sticks. You shake a layer off. And then you're supposed to heat it from above. But everything blows. And if I try and move the heat around to change the angle, wet stuff will blow off. So I'm hoping that if I have this, I'm hoping at like 100 degrees, not too hot. I mean, I don't think it'll light the paper on fire, but I need to be able to heat it from below instead of above. Even when it comes to, because once it's hot and melted, then you add another layer, you let it melt. While it's still hot and melty, you do whatever you're going to do, or let it cool, do what you're going to do, and then get it hot again and put another layer on to like seal it in. So, yeah, I'm really hoping I can learn how this reacts to if I put paper on it. You know, I don't want the paper to light on fire. And trust me, I tend to light things on fire. So that's the goal with this. And you and I, oh yeah, you and I gotta have convos. I've never used even like this, and I have never used ultra thick embossing powders before. Now I have oh, mouse, he's running away. Maybe he's a rat, I don't know, but he's awesome. So I purchased this not knowing what it was because it went from $10 to $1. Number 37 is my code number for it. But it went from like $10 to $1, and I'm like, that's mine. But this is ultra thick embossing enamel, and I don't know how to use it. I'm under the impression it gets used a lot like the clear I just got, which are the diamond rocks. So that's what I'm hoping. And that's what I want to learn. So that's kind of on my learn list. Now I got to do this. If I don't do this, then I get behind. Okay. So yeah, I can't wait to see how that works out. That's kind of my grand experiment. All right. So let's move this until we need it. I'm going to set it right down here next to me. Actually, I probably do need it. Let's just put it in front. I can do that. That'll work, right? No. I can't figure this out. I didn't figure this part out. Okay, this will work. This works. Okay. Now, I'm going to attempt to think I'm being smart. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. So when I did a painting the other day, when I did the swatchy thing, I pulled the tape off, and I tend to try and save the tape if it hasn't been stuck down too long. So it's all stuck to my desktop tower. But I thought maybe I could put this at this edge. Not too sticky or anything, not too, I want it like, I just want to keep the gold from going into the cup. I want it just to kind of stick to the handle. I do have an idea for putting a gold trim around it, but not yet. I have to figure out, I have to do math to figure that one out. All right, so that's there. Stick the rest on the edge of the table up at the front so where we don't need it. Now, I think I'm going to need something to help adjust the glue. Oh, I also need my teeny, tiny tweezers. I want to keep any brush that is not already glitterified away from the glitter stuff. We're looking for the teeny, tiny pokey pokies. Oh, there they are, down in the other one. I was using the that station I showed you earlier yesterday, so I put the immediate tools that I thought I would need, and down there. Okay, that was the teeny tinies. I think that does it. All right, something to spread glue. Something to spread the glue. Come on, Wendy. Here we go. Maybe this will work. It should. I like these little silicone tools. I'm going to get some more. That's something I need to watch, like Dollar Tree and the next Spectrum sale, is to get some, because a lot of my my little silicone tools came from there. So Spectrum has an Etsy store, a website, spectrumartcreations.com, and then they do their YouTube channel. Now, if you order from their Saturday sale and you order from their other sites, they will combine the shipping for you. It's really nice. And now they have this new way of registering people to purchase, which is, in my opinion, I would have done it. But they need you to go to the Etsy store, and they need you to purchase a $1 digital download. And pretty much the entire fee goes to Etsy. They just need your shipping information and your credit card information, and to verify that you're a real, or your payment information, and to verify you're a real person. And payment information is just your PayPal information, because they bill you through PayPal. So it's not like you got to give them, Etsy's just saying, yes, you're an Etsy, you're a real person. If you decide you want to order something while you're there, you are more than welcome to order something else rather than a $1 digital download. And they'll make sure your purchase gets to you. But like I said, it's just mainly for purchase information. The other day, I opened up my gold container, and I pulled some larger flakes out, and I put into this container so that I wouldn't have to fuss with everything in here. So I'm going to try and pull a couple of pieces out before I glue stuff down, just to see what I'm working with. I think I'm going to put them like over here in the box, on the edge of the box. I don't want to touch that with my finger. I'm like, I need to touch that. And I'm like, no. Oh, okay. So evidently, there we go. Something is up with my tweezers because it's stuck. So either I have a hook, I have a tiny piece of glue, something I just don't, yeah, there we go. A little bit of glue I just didn't realize was on there. I know the feeling that it's in a tote. I've put way too many craft supplies, projects, half done stuff, tools into totes. Oh, this one's going to be a big one because this is folded. Oh, it's two pieces set together. Lovely. That was nice. Those two pieces. That's a nice little section. So I just have to do the handle. But the more nice, clean, laid out pieces I can get to cover it with, then the prettier it will look. Now, the others, the green, the purple and the blue, had some pieces that weren't even like, these are like crunched up. The other ones had stuff that was still like beautiful, flat, uncrinkled pieces. So I don't know if it's the different foils or what, but that is something I have noticed. So, just silly little stuff. I think I have plenty to cover that handle right now. I think that there's plenty here to take care of this side of this handle for right now. So, might go just a smidge over my hour, but not by much, I hope. So, there's these tweezers. I'm going to take this. This had this on it, and it really kind of was maneuvering, and I don't know if it helped or not, but I always know that the brushes you need uncovered. Now this one I have used reds and purples, and it's just like all glitterified from the other day. So I'm not going to use this because I want to make sure this all stays gold. So I'm just going to put him over there. All right. Ooh, don't breathe too hard on it. It blows away. Here goes nothing, guys. All right. Oh, I should have started that on a different paper or on the tape on the thing. It's kind of got a little gummed up nose and I didn't clean it first. Oh, there's my towel. Always put your towel over your shoulder. Then you always know where it is because, you always got to know where your towel is. Oh, I understand. You don't have to buy. So that's the lovely thing. Even if you just go in and you get that $1 digital so they know who you are, you still don't have to buy anything. If you come to the Saturday sale, they play games and you can win free stuff. Yes, ma'am, you heard me. Free stuff. I get so much free stuff from them. It's it's awesome. Okay, this glue is not working as well as I want it to. So get that spreader. So we're going to come in here like this, and I'm going to spread it with my finger because I just want it done. And it's supposed to have this extra little dry time like I was talking about, but it just doesn't seem to want to give it to us. So now, unfortunately, I feel like my glue layer is too thick. I am so glad that this little middle section is in there because if it glues over onto it, I can cut it loose and pop it out. And I am really thrilled about that. Let's see if we can get this on here before the glue dries. Maybe I shouldn't have put that much on at once. All right, so pick it up, lay it down, and just kind of tap it down with the brush. Ooh, I made a hole.
See, that's the one thing I've noticed, is that when you do this, I keep wanting to slide it, and you can't do that. It won't slide. You just have to like tap it down. And even in my tappings, I don't realize I'm sliding it sometimes. But that's okay because we can fill those little holes. Oh, this is working better than I thought. So we're going to take this little edge right here. We're going to tap it down over those two little holes. And hopefully they filled in. Ooh, I must have gotten glue on my brush or something. Let's get that off. Oh, wow. Now it's just picking up everything, isn't it? All right. Come on. Lay down, you little son of a gun. There we go. Lay it down. Lay it down. Take that off and just hopefully it'll lay down here. Okay. Pat it down. Oop, a little bit on the end. And now we've got this other section up here. One little section. May also be that I've got it warmer in my house than I did the other day. And that the glue is drying faster because the heat's up higher. All right. So yeah, just lay it down. Okay. I don't know if I should give it a moment. Okay, so you notice I'm kind of dusting over that. Well, I know a couple of things. I know I have to move soon. I know that my parents have been frustrated with me for many years regarding the amount of stuff I have. I know that they don't necessarily understand how that stuff, how these items or some of the items, I'm trying to keep anything that holds specialness to me separate away from the stuff that doesn't, so that when I have to get rid of stuff quickly, little spot right there, so that when I have to get rid of stuff quickly, it, or somebody else does it, they don't take the stuff that I am most attached to. So, I know that when it comes down to the wire, if I don't have stuff, my parents live 4 hours north of me. So, in the Bend, Redmond area. And so I'm, I either need to be able to get a storage unit to save the special stuff or what have you. But if for some reason they came in, yeah. So if for some reason they decided my time limit was up and it wasn't the time limit they'd given me, I hate to say this, and I really would hope they wouldn't, but I could see them just packing up everything that's mine and giving it to Goodwill or taking it to the dump. So I'm just kind of waiting for that to dry for a few minutes before I do the dust off. So so there's that. And I know that if everything, especially without consideration of what was special to me, got sent to the dump, you see the tension happening right here, guys? Yeah. That it would probably mentally break me. And I know the only person I could run to would be Marcus. And if he's dealing with stuff in Florida, then he's dealing with stuff in Florida, and that's where I have to go. So I would probably need to be institutionalized for a little while. And I'm hoping that if I was, the only thing they would let me keep is my watercolor stuff, because I could take my little watercolor stuff to Florida and I guess figure it out from there. But I don't think I'd be able to take my paints and the papers. Thank you, Danielle. So yeah, so I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm trying to start doing things. On occasion, I have to send my mother some mail. And when I do, recently I've been sending her little ATC-like cards that say, I love you, and, you know, different things like that. So she can see what the product, you know, what the stuff that I'm playing with does. So I really want to make sure, though, that I start to figure it out. Now that I figured out how to use the foils, I feel like they're small enough. They're something I can keep around, and it's not something that I need to necessarily put into a like a kit or something, or sell in little containers or something, break down smaller. I think that's reasonable. And now that I know that I can use them in so many different functions, especially with this new layering techniques, I've got multiple ideas. As long as I put them to use and show how I'm using the product I'm getting. If I just let the stuff sit, then why did I get it in the first place? Excuse my unpardonable itch. So yeah. And I keep getting stuff. The ex-husband dropped off another load of paper. So I've got another 2 stacks, at least this thick, of papers. So getting the proper packaging so that I can get, see, I need some, what's the big size of paper? Like an 11 by 8, or just your standard piece of paper you'd put into a printer. You know, I have that size of cardstocks. And so I need to get a package, some of those clear packagings with the sticky on the top, so that I can start making some kits up. Just went to Goodwill bin. Oh, I love the bins. Yeah, it's hard not to rescue some of the stuff. I've pulled Tim Holtz brand new products out of the Goodwill bins. I totally understand. I love going there, and then I this is where I get my arm work, because I lift all that big stuff, and then I go hunting for the little toys underneath. So my arms get a good workout when I go. You did. I don't, wow, that was so long ago. I want to keep doing those. I know. I went there and I'm like, I normally I don't spend more than about $20 or $30 on a huge basket with lots of stuff. I went there not realizing what clothes. I thought, oh, clothes will be fine, right? Oh my God, I spent $100 in clothes. Some of them fit me, some of them don't, and some of them I want to try and resell. Oh, sweet. Oh my goodness, I'm so thrilled. So, okay, this has had time. The Nuvo glue, it should be fine. So let's, if it's not, we'll add more and do it again, right? So this is where I got the box. And you'll see here in a second. Let's get that flake in here. I want to try and keep this gold in the box instead of getting it flying all over the place. So let's just try and get the biggest chunks off first. I'm looking under my glasses. Glasses, guys, I have to get new glasses. It is super important. And I hope I didn't mess up, because of course Saturday's sale, I'm like, oh, I'll have the first will get here by Wednesday. I can pay my bill on Wednesday, I think. I'll send them a little message and let them know. And so I kind of ordered a few things instead of waiting and buying my glasses first. And then after the class, I decided I needed, so I, with my kit, got 3 colors. My color choices were purple, blue, and green. And then when I watched the class, they had the most amazing, and it says it's supposed to be yellow, but damned if it's not gold. So I ordered those, and then she has found, so a lot of problems I have, just like her, is finding white pens to do highlighting with, and then and sometimes black as well. In like, sometimes I'm working on watercolor paper, sometimes I'm working on, you know, just some strange textures. And or over, like, heck, I don't even know, I may even work on gilding, but there's just sometimes you need a white highlight or a black, and no matter how many gel pens you use, they just go dead. I can't keep their tips working, even though they got juice in them. Well, they've got this, she's got a new pen that was suggested to her. It's called a glaze pen. Now, the only glaze pen that, P-E-N, the only glaze pen that I know, or the only glaze that I would think of that I heard of having a pen for, is ceramics. And when you're getting ready to glaze your ceramics. So I have no idea if they have anything to do with each other or not. But I have ordered a white and a black because I am excited to have something that won't go, that I can use, that will actually work. So, fingers crossed. All right. So, yeah, I brushed too soon. I should have let that dry longer. Oh, that's awesome. I will have to check that out. I've been trying to, okay, so I overwatch. I'm a visual person. I watch tons of TV and movies, and I watch them over and over and over. And it's getting old. And so having some other stuff. So I'm going to let this finish drying, but I'm going to show you. And then we'll get going here because I know you guys got stuff to do today. So, focus. I want you guys to see this. All right, I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to move the box, the splat box. Well, I noticed that they had gold leaf glue adhesive at Michael's, and I thought about it, but I didn't, because all it said is that it just stayed tacky longer, and that's what Nuvo does. It really does. So I'm not worried at all. I could probably even take a tiny bit of water and thin it out if I needed to. The reason I chose this over the Cosmic glue that I've got, Cosmic glitter glue, I think is what it is because when I tested it, the glitter glue left a lump. It didn't smooth out, so it wasn't quite. It just wasn't the same and didn't work. There we go. Now you can tell. Do you see the brush marks in the leafing? Do you see down here? You can see the brush marks going side. Yeah, now you can really see them up here. That's because I brushed it when it was wet, and that's why we have loss down here and a little loss in other places. So, timing. It's all about timing, guys, and I didn't wait long enough, but that's okay. I'm going to try and make it work. I have no idea if I can, like, try and get those wrinkles out or those brush marks out. And of course, if I touch it with my finger, because I can still feel that it's wet underneath because it's kind of cool to the touch, and and you can always tell. And then of course, some will come away on your finger. So just be patient. It's all about timing. So what I did with the card that made me say I need this is when I was working with it, once I got all of this dry and I'd waited for it to dry long enough, I just did like this. I was just brushing hard and brushing fast, and all the pieces were floofing everywhere. So I wanted to keep the splat box out to try and contain the gold leaf and all the foil colors. So I'm just really happy because I know for a fact that I got this. This is what I ordered, and I'm sure it either came off of Amazon or it came off of eBay. And this is what I got. And I know that I wasn't buying stuff for very much. So it must not have been more than about $5 for this, all 6 of these. And the only one I feel like I'm missing is green, because I love green as well as the purple. And it doesn't have to be, I would rather have it be emerald green than Christmas green. So that's something I'll probably keep an eye out for on some cheap foreign ordering site. I'm sorry, guys. I love Temu. Okay, it's not perfect. I have gotten a piece broken, but it was something stupid, and it wasn't worth more than $1 anyway. I know, and I have had these for years. All right, Danielle, give them big hugs, and you have a wonderful day. So yeah, I really, I didn't even know what I was going to do with them. All I know is I didn't want to get rid of them because they were so pretty. And they kind of worked, because I originally got them when I was working with resin, and I was making very, very tiny resin earrings. Or, well, not earrings. I was just making shapes. I still have them somewhere. But I was using like these little things you get for fingernails, right? So I found these probably at the Goodwill bins in a package there, or I got these on Amazon too, or whatever site, for people who do fingernails. And I'm like, oh, that stuff will work good in these little resin things I'm doing. So that's why I was getting that stuff. And it's tiny, and I liked it, but I didn't like my UV light. And so I have a little handheld flashlight, which is okay. I mainly use that for, when you're crafting or when you're out shopping and you want to test for uranium, or does it glow, So I have that for that. But it also worked for those as long as I kind of did it right. And then I got a finger one for doing fingernails, but it's a giant one. You could put like both your hands in it, and it's just too big, and it doesn't have like a way to slide things in and out. And so I'm just kind of stuck. I haven't done anything with that since then. So I guess that's it. Unless you want to see the Delusions, I want to try these, and I want to put some. I want layers. So I think I might play with those for a little while this morning. If you want me to stay on, I will. But if you got to, so I don't get the does it glow thing. I mean, why? Okay. Multiple reasons things glow. All right. So first of all, the one they use it most for is finding uranium glass. So this is glass Actually, there are a lot of people, if they are into uranium glass, they have a cabinet. They have a cabinet with a black light just to display them. Why do they care? Why do we care? They care because, well, they're getting harder to find. Of course, sometimes you can't tell if it's the old stuff or not, because chemicals are still available and you can recreate it with chemicals. Unless you get yourself a Geiger counter, you're never sure. Some natural stones glow under a black light, so they help you to identify if a stone is real or fake. So that can help with jewelry people, which I am kind of a jewelry person, although I'm not wearing anything today. Oh, my friend just got me purple rubber duckies. I know. Tamu, thank you. She gets so many earrings from there because, she does an order and then they're like, hey, you've ordered. Let's give you these for 50 cents or let's give you these for 25 cents. And she's like, okay. I know. Rubber duckies. They're in the other room. I know they're not in here. And so, that's why a lot of people care about the glow. The dishware, some people. I never got a chance to do a lot of cool stuff like black light parties or anything like that. I was born in 1975. You would have thought I was born in 1960. My parents were very much against the hippie movement, very much pre-programmed by the government from when they were kids about a lot of stuff. Yeah, I actually have the box, and some of them are kind of done. So when people do ATCs, I guess it's supposed to be like, do I have this over here? Where's it at? Hold on a second. I guess it's supposed to be like these. So in theory, so Spectrum Art Creations designs a lot of stuff. And one of the things they do is they design their own postcard or their own playing cards. And so this is the image on this one. Come on, sweetheart. You know you want to focus. Okay, let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, so do I. So the Spectrum Art Creations live sales, she's perfectly clear and absolutely gorgeous, and my camera's just being a douche. There it is. So they design their own playing cards, and you see it says SAC in the corner down at the bottom, and then they have their little logo at the top. Now, they do this a lot, and they sell these during their live sales. This is another one that's, let me get it out of the plastic. This is another one. They do all sorts of different images. I've got one of a black and white steampunk hot air balloon. Hi, Kathy. I have all sorts of different ones. So one of the things I was asking, which I've already had a response back and someone's interested. I do have a couple extra of these, and someone's interested. But when they have these available, I was wondering if you guys wanted me to order extras that I could then pass along, sell to you guys. Something to think about. And I've gotten at least one good response back for that. So you noticed, though, that they designed this side and left the playing card here, right? Leave it to Wendy to put the image on one side.
You see what I see? So I'm going to design both sides. They're not going to actually be a card on one side. They'll be designed this way. At least this set. At least I know. Isn't it great? One thing I did do, though, was I took a whole bunch of rice paper that I had. Let me see if I can separate them out. I took rice paper and I stuck it to white folders, the white file folders. And I am in love. I love how it turned out. I'm just ecstatic. I'm really wanting to do more, and I'm hoping to do a whole bunch of ATCs. All the sides, exactly. So anyway, so these are the ones that are on the cards that I was kind of working with. And so I've got different pieces of paper stuck. They're not, oh yes, these aren't finished because the backs aren't done and the fronts aren't finished either. So yeah, definitely. And I want to do some trading as well. And this is something that you might enjoy with Spectrum, even though you don't go to their, may not go to a Saturday sale or may not be able to buy, but you can still, by being a member, join the Facebook. You have to be a member or in good, you have to be invited to the Facebook group. And they do, yeah, framed art to sell. You're right. And they have like, I think we have a continuing ATC challenge or whatever, but they post ATCs and do ATC work all the time. I mean all the time. And so when I first learned how to do with this stuff, this piece of paper that this has been worked on is paper that I have tons of, and that is accounting paper, accounting ledgers, books that are blank. And then I started by using the Distress Oxide sprays and the mica sprays from Delusions that's what I first started with from Spectrum. And then these are stamps that I picked up. A lot of these stamps are stamps that I got at a thrift store. Somebody dumped their haul of stamps on a thrift store, and I grabbed them all. I was ecstatic. And then some of the stuff has got like, actually these don't have, and then a few of these should have, well, not yet. The transfers are on the other ones. And then you can do rub-ons. I'm loving rub-ons. And so this one is one of the rice papers that was put on the back of a car, the manila file folders. And then I think that might be a rub-on or a stamp. And then this is, okay, and these were stuck on. I know, it's hard to remember them. So these I attached to this manila paper, all of these. No, these might have been glued to the card. These might have been glued to the card, but the rice paper went on with the Spectrum Art Creations decoupage. It's matte. It is not shiny, and it is beautiful. I love the way it turned out. This is a rice paper. Sure, send me a thing, and hopefully I can start getting in. I need to do more of this.
I really need to do, if I don't start getting the crafting worked with now, the bird cage is a rub-on. And so if I don't get working on this stuff and get it moving, then I'm not completing. So part of my condition, I think, is, and I think it's part of the ADD, is not finishing anything, starting a bazillion projects and nothing getting finished. This is the month that I have to get stuff finished and cleaned up. And then June has to be the month of deep cleaning, because Marcus should be home sometime end of June, beginning of July. At least that is the hope. So I just keep wanting to make sure that I'm keeping stuff on task. So the greenery in this is a rub-on. I love the butterflies. I have so much wonderful paper that I just need to start creating things. Oh yeah, the dragonflies, the hot air balloons. Love me a hot air balloon. So that's what these are. Now I did try, I think, to emboss the numbers there that you see in black. I think that I used black embossing powder, tried to do that. And so I'm wondering all sorts of things. I'm wondering how well these products will work with the diamond rocks. I'm wondering if, since these are thinner than the cards, if I can heat everything from below and keep it hot enough to actually work. So yeah, the other thing I did, and glued also onto the backs of the manila folders, I had a, I wonder if I can put them together. I had a calendar. I have a calendar. A calendar that I've been tearing apart. A calendar that I kept to tear apart. And so I took one of the pictures, just one of the calendar's pages, and I just took the whole page, glued it to one folder, and then put them onto cards, and then cut the cards. Let's see. Trying to put it back together so you can see it. You know, I'm pretty good at puzzles, but this one I almost baffled myself. I know some of these still go together. These swooshes, I think, went together, maybe. There's a word. It says explore. Don't know where it came from. Maybe up here somewhere. And then some swirlies. Oh, this went somewhere. I forgot I totally covered that. I wonder where the other wings are. I don't know if they weren't on the page, or if there wasn't enough to be on the page, or if I've just totally screwed up what I thought I was doing, which is always a possibility. So somehow this large butterfly, and then I could, if I had an Etsy page, I could sell ATCs on an Etsy page. But I don't have an Etsy page. And I don't know how to really, I am not confident in setting one up or managing one or just having one in general. So, that's something I would, if I made these ATCs, I know, Etsy, I can do enough to, like I told you, like the Spectrum Art Creations, if I wanted to order something off their Etsy store, I think I could do it. I could do an Etsy order, like if you wanted to do things, like they play games. They play, every Saturday, they play at least 3 different games. One game goes through the entire show, and it is a secret word game. And then they have a timer. Oh, yeah, to sell. I can't figure out how to sell on Etsy either. Yeah. I can't figure out how to, I barely could figure out how to sell on Mercari, and I haven't even gone back since they did their last little change. So they play the secret word game, and then they also play Spectrum Art Creations Deal, No Deal, or Steal. And pretty much if your name is drawn, you get the opportunity to play a game. All the prizes are at or are below what the normal cost would be, the great deals. And so she shows 4 different items. She shows them one at a time. And if the other people want them, the people who are watching, then they can steal them. And they draw a number from the amount of people that are played, or from the top 12 people. And whichever number comes up is the one who wins the prize, who gets the prize. And of course, you're going to have to, some of them you have to pay for, some of them are free. But if, like I said, if you pay for them, they're less than price. Like I got some stencil butter for $5.50. It sells for like $7, I think. I'm not positive, but it sells for more. And then when it comes to the 5th item, the person whose name gets drawn, they have the item, they have the option to either take that item, which will be free, or if they don't want it, then the other people can have grabs at that. And then she pulls out 2 boxes, and you get a pick from box A or box B, and you get whatever's in the inside. And sometimes it can be a gag gift, but that's cool. It's really fun and worth it. The other game she does, they call it Guess My, but pretty much what it is that she asks you to guess something. You all put in hashtags of what you think it is. And then when she's got enough, when she sees that enough people have gone after it, like 3 or 4 people, and she'll give you clues to get in on it. And then she stops the entries and draws a name from the correct answers. And then she lays out like from A to L on her. She has alphabet cubes that she uses to help in her sales. And she lays out these cards, these little cards, looks like a business card. And then you go through and you pick one. You pick whatever letter you would like. And then you have the chance of getting money off your bill. So she's got like a $5 one. She's got like $3. She's got like $2 or pick again. But also in that card, she has 2 whammies. So it's kind of like the whammy game. You just do your best. So anyway, it's fun. You can get money off your bill. You can get free prizes. The people who get the secret words, the first 5 people who got the secret words correct, that's kind of Bernie's game. He will put your name, you get your names on a ticket. They have 6 words every Saturday. And so you will have opportunity to get your name in the jar. And then she takes at the end of the night and she mixes it all up and puts her hand in and takes a drawing. And there's 2 different prizes. You get to choose from one. And then she does it again. And the second person gets the other prize. And so they're free. They're free prizes. And then, gosh, I can't even, yeah, it's just fun. There's also, if you like in the Facebook group, they have like challenges. So things to make and get your name in for drawings for more money off. And then if they get like 70 thumbs up on a Saturday, they will draw for a $5 gift card to their online store. It is. It's great. You should come, Leanne. You really should. If you've got free time on a Saturday and you want to watch a YouTube show, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to participate. You don't have to buy anything to participate in the games. You can learn so much new stuff, learn about new products. And if you don't know what it is or what it does, she'll tell you. And either she'll show you or she will direct you to a video so that you can understand it better. She's been known to pull videos up in the middle of the sale so that you can understand the product better. Oh, yeah. You'll like it. You'll like it. They're really sweet. They're really fun. Madison is always in the background. There's another gal that helps them out, Kateri. She's very nice. Watch a Saturday sale. Watch yesterday's sale. It'll give you a general idea, and you don't have to. Yeah, I just love it. It gives me something and somewhere to go, and I'm addicted to getting stuff in the mail. But I also have a problem blowing a budget. What's a budget? I still haven't quite figured out budget. I do really good. I plan out all my bills to be taken out at the beginning of the month. And the only problem is when I need money at the end of the month. Yeah, so I'm thrilled. I'm just, yeah, I got that melt pot. I got that. It was on Facebook Marketplace. My friend bought it for me for my birthday. New in package, $15. The only thing I would really like to find, and I don't know if I can because of the age of the pot, is that there's an insert. Oops, I knocked the card on the floor. There's an insert that you can put in it that lays right into the trough and has edges. Yes, I need my new glasses first. That's first. Glasses have to come after the crafting bill I just spent. Let's see. My phone was beeping. Should we see if the bill came in from yesterday? Oh, yeah, the bill came in. The bill has been sent. Are we ready? Ooh. Well, actually, it's right about where I expected it to be due to shipping. So let me see how much shipping was. View. I always look at it, and they always send you an itemized invoice with your PayPal statement. So I can't remember exactly what I got. I know what I added on. And then where's my other notepad? Because I need to do better. They have a very easy way of billing and and you can keep track of your own bills. So according to this, I ordered a small journal, skin tone ink, skin tone ink in purple. The first one I got was like my tone, I think. I ordered there is a whole new system out by a specific person, and I can't remember who it is, but it comes, you can get a like 13 by 13 tacky mat to put in the system. And you don't have to have the system to use the tacky mat. It's only $20 and it's 13 by 13 and tacky on both sides. And you wash it with water and the tack comes back. Amazing thing. And I'm like, I have so much problem just trying to hold stuff down. I don't need it to do everything else right now. I just need it to hold the stuff that I put on it in place. And that means that you can lay down a piece of paper and you can lay the stencil on top of it. As long as the stencil comes over the edge of the paper and sticks onto the tacky mat, it's not going anywhere. And so I got a tacky mat. I won for $4.50 instead of its normal $6 or $7. An embossing brush. So you have an embossing pad. I just recently got an embossing dauber, and I have an embossing pen, and like a regular pen. You guys, I think, have seen me use it before. I got that, and now this is embossing brush. So it's like a fingernail. It's like paint, like you'd paint fingernails with, at the bottom of a little tube of embossing liquid. And I'm like, yay! That made me happy. I got some double-sided red tape. I've never used it. They call it red tape, and it's double-sided tape, and they recommend it. It's the best they use for doing any double-sided tape, anything you need stuff held down with. And I'm like, I've been needing some that actually works, because the stuff from the dollar store, it's dollar store. And technically it's $1.25 now, but you know. And then I got a die to cut out with. But it's a brick wall that looks like the portal to Diagon Alley. It's a Diagon Alley portal. So I grabbed that. And then for $2, they have these glue sticks that they highly recommend. And what I was using was the first thing that they recommended before they discovered these glue sticks. And needless to say, it doesn't work well. Do you have a die cutting machine thingy? Yes, I have a Sizzix. He's under you right now under the table. I do have a Sizzix. I don't have one. I hope to thrift one sometime. I understand. I'm going to give you a recommendation. I don't mind mine. No, that's not it. I love the machine. I love the size, because I have the Sizzix Big Shot Plus. So it's a little bit wider and I think a little bit longer. And you crank the handle when you put the things in, and you have to get it to catch and crank the handle. I wish I would have had a chance to play with this machine versus its electric counterpart. I recommend this machine. I love the Sizzix. I love the Big Shot Plus. I just wish I would have gotten the electric one, because I think it helps you first to make sure you get your sizes right and to make sure things are lined up correctly. There have been times when I didn't realize I didn't have my plates just exactly aligned, and it's caused some problems. So, and getting old. Not as old as a lot of people out there who have a lot more spunk than I do. Get up and go, drive, and energy. But due to my fibromyalgia and other things, I'm having problems with my arm. And so I wish I would have got the electric. So if you find a small one with its plates and stuff, if you find a small one and you don't mind doing a little crank just because you want to see how it goes, and if it's something you're going to use, great. If you get serious about wanting to do die cutting or making cards or doing embossing, because you can run embossing folders through there and then you can make your cards high and low. You can do all sorts of things. It's a great machine. Get an electric. That's my one recommendation. Get an electric. Other than that, that's what I got on my bill. And, $9.75 for shipping. That's exactly what I thought. That extra, I totaled my bill to $50. They came up with $49.50 and $9.75 for shipping. Florida to Oregon, can't expect much else. And then let's see if anything was waitlisted, because the itemized invoice is attached. I got something from my wait list. I had an A7 on a wait list. And then I got the A5 as well. So, and nothing was waitlisted. That means they didn't get me on something. Something's off. Let's double check, because, something's off. Yeah, Florida. I've got to admit, though, 90% of the crafters I watch, over half of the resellers that I watch, they are all in Florida. Every time I turn around, the people I'm watching and the videos I'm enjoying are coming from Florida. So it's definitely been on my mind recently. And the fact that that's where Marcus is, trying to help take care of his mom and family. So it just, I don't know. All right, there's the tacky mat. So we're going to put a little dot there. And there's my piece that I won in the game. There's the Tombow glue stick. There's the brick archway window. There's the Violent Femme. Violent Femme. That's the purple. And then there's the shortbread. And then there's the journal. And then there's the one from Waitlist. They didn't get the double-sided red tape. That's what didn't get marked in the invoice. And it's also, so if they don't have it in, they always attempt to try and get it, which means that they will put more orders in. So if you want something during the sale and she says, okay, this is all I have in-house, the rest of them will be waitlisted. She will mark you down. You will see it on your invoice, but off to the side, it will say waitlisted. And she will not charge you for it until it comes in. So that journal came in that was on my wait list. And so it came in for this invoice. And so now it says from wait list, and there's a fee. But if they don't have it and it's waitlisted, they won't charge you for it unless they do have a few items that are required to be pre-ordered due to the cost. So there are a few exceptions, very few exceptions. And if they can't get it, then they'll let you know. And if you keep track of which is one thing I need to do, I need to go back through my bill, all my bills, see what has been waitlisted that has not come in, and then I'll send them a message and I'll say, hey guys, Do we know what's going on with this? And it's very possible it's a discontinued item or it's something they can't get anymore. And, they're going to let you know. They're not going to scam you. They're not going to cheat you. I know sometimes the way things work out with the internet, that sometimes things don't come in right, but everybody's really generous and kind. That because Madison is on the spectrum and they are, let's just say, church-going people, they keep it nice and clean. All of that is extremely monitored. They don't want any hate and discontent. It's just a happy, safe place. And that's one reason why you have to be invited to the Facebook group once you're like you did, once you've come in. Usually they'll let you get a join on, and there's so much lovely happiness there. And even if, like I said, even if you don't buy, stop in, say hello. They will welcome you. They're kind. And if you just spread some love and joy and just enjoy the company and the people, then you will probably get in and everything. And I don't know. I've been with them off and on for a while, and between you guys and them, that's it. I discovered the selling community right before or about the same time I discovered Spectrum Art Creations. And this has been my life besides Marcus. There's nothing happening in my town. The neighbors who I enjoyed are now gone. All I have left is my friend Christine. What do you love? And communicate with those who bring you joy. I'm not sure I understand the question. If it was a question. Do what you love, not what do. I read it backwards. And commune with those, not communicate. Wow. So Wendy reads wrong. And it'll take me a few moments. Statement. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. I was reading the what and the do. I was switching them. I'm slightly dyslexic. Do what you love and commune with those who bring you joy. Exactly. And that's what I try and do. And I really appreciate you guys stopping in, saying hi, the comments, all that stuff. So yeah, working with these ATCs are something I want to focus on as well. It's kind of my next little thing. See, this one looks really frayed. I love how the rub-on went in the middle, and I'd really like to do that seal. Do it, and yes, you have. I'm so glad. Yep, I understand. It's time to get to the list for me as well. I really appreciate the extra hour you guys have spent with me today, and I love you guys so much. I'll keep working on this, try and pop on an occasion, maybe an extra, an extra crafty here and there. You guys have a wonderful day. It's a little overcast here, but I wish everyone sunshine and rainbows. You guys have a great day, and just, yeah, try and get yourself a little extra crafty time here and there. Take a break and glue something. Doesn't have to be super crazy. Who knows? Repairs. I have been gluing things that have been broken. I made a broken box, and now I'm working on gluing my broken things back together. So that's crafting too. Repairing your items and putting them back to whole is also a wonderful joy. So it may seem like it's a task, but in the end, it'll be a joyous one. So, mwah! Love you guys. Have a great day.